Hello. So I just finished the code review for one of my coaching clients, and I thought that it's going to be also something helpful for you in terms of getting to debug mode and finding where is the problem. Just mind you, this is going to be more for people who already get to debug mode, understand some level of ABAP. There are some of you here who can benefit from this to understand like how to get to the point as quick as possible and just fix the problem. Or from my side, let me know. So you say that there is a problem with the selection screen. So if I go F8 right now, it's the first time I see your program. So here is a store, and let's see, I have, let's check it out, like what I have inside of here. Berlin, I believe. Yeah, if I hit enter, nothing happens. I want it to, like me as a user, I want it to have like enter. I press enter, and this is actually filling in all the parameters. But you say F8. Okay, so after F8, here is something populated. And let me just check out what other store I have in the database table. Store, enter, execute. So whatever, Lazzo. So I have Lazzo, enter, F8, and nothing happens. Okay, so you want to figure out like what's the problem. Yeah, let's check out. Okay, or first like Berlin is here. So Berlin works. So it seems that you are somehow storing this information inside. Okay, so let's do it like this. /h. Debugging switched on. And I'm going to put here Lazzo. F8. And let's just check out like what's happening. So let me just move the debugger window right here. All right. Call selection screen SYDIN DYNNR. Okay. That's the first thing that I see that is happening. So right when I pressed F8, that's the place where I got right here on line 157. Store ID is a new one. There are previous parameters inside of this ps open. Okay, so this is the data coming from the database table. This one, data browser. Okay, so that here is the data. So Berlin 123. Okay, that's the one. Anyhow, let me press F5 to move on. F5. Okay, so you go through the rest of the program. What is important, we want to get into display store right here, because display and store is selected. Let me just create a breakpoint right here. Control S. If I press F8, I guess I will not get there. Okay, that's true. So if I press F8 again, I get to debug mode right here. Let me also create a breakpoint right here, because it seems that something is happening when I am getting to a program. So, and let's even do it here. I want to see like how your program behaves. F8. So now I process through this subroutine. So I'm going to fill in all the data. So and then you call selection screen SYDIN Pro. Okay, so now it's fine. Then let's do Lazzo again. F8. And nothing happens. I didn't even get to the program. Just now, I start on start of selection. Let me create a breakpoint also in the event about at selection screen output. Control S. Seems that this statement is doing a problem. F8. So now you are calling selection screen. If I hit F6, what happens is that you go back to selection screen output, at selection screen output event, and that's what you are triggering right now. F8. Okay, so now that is what happens. If I put here again Lazzo, and just to double check, I need to make sure that the data is here. So Lazzo Street, Berlin, DE. Okay, so that is the data. This one. And now I press F8. I get to debug mode again, and let's check out where. So I pressed F8 and I get to add selection screen output. Okay, so you perform this, and then we go out. Like, we didn't get to a main program. F6. Okay, so we are getting out. F8. So I didn't stop on the breakpoint. If I put here a Lazzo now, I guess we will get there. F8. Yes, so now it's going to work. F8, F8, F8. And now you toggle screen, and then there we go. All right, so here is what I see that is happening. What I see is the following. If I put back Berlin, for example, and now press F8, what happens is that after pressing F8, we will not get to the main program. The only thing that is going to happen is that the functionality will process on the at selection screen output event. Reason why, I guess, is because of this. Because this statement, call selection screen SY_DIMPRO or DIMPRO number, is going to trigger this at selection screen output event, but not finishing the whole program. It's going to just stop here, and the start of selection is not going to be processed. F8. Yeah, I press F8. That's what you can see. Like, we didn't get to the main program. So, based on the observation, F3. Based on the observation, I think that the easiest way for you to solve this problem is just remove this call selection screen part and just move this subroutine into a main program, into this event. It's selection screen output. Let me just check it out. Control X. Control X, and then if store is selected, then you do toggle, and also if display is selected, then you do also this. Shift F1. Okay, so now if store is selected, you toggle, and also you display the data into all the parameters only if the display is selected as well. Control F3 to activate the program, and let's press F8 right now. Okay, I'm going to get a debug mode because I have a debugger or breakpoint set on the selection screen output. but let me, okay, let's press F8 right now. Okay, and we are going to get an error just because, yeah, we will have to take a look into your subroutine. So SE38, ZAB0503 change. All right, so if store is initial message E. Okay, message E. Okay, how do you solve it here? So let's say display card display. Okay, for now, let me just prove the concept. So let's do it like this. If display equals X and PS ID is not initial, okay, Shift F1, Control F3. I just want to get there only once we are going to fill it with the data, fill it in with data. And just prove the concept that it's going to work. F8. Okay, so now display, let's do the Berlin one, enter. Okay, so now after pressing enter, here is what we get. Like we get right here to the add selection screen output event. And we will also F5, F6, F6, we will also get here. So we are going to display the data, F8. Okay, so we are going to fill it in. Once I put here Chiaro or Lazzo, that's what I wanted to try before, and hit enter, we get here again. Okay, F5. Okay, so we get here again, F8, and we get the data updated based on the data from the database table, which is Lazzo Street, Berlin, DE, and times. Okay. So based on what I have seen in your program is that once you are trying to force the program to get to add selection screen output event by calling screen dimpro 1000, you are going to force SAP to go to this event, but just this event, okay, not to process the main program. And after you press F8 second time, you are just going to process the data, but it's not going to reflect once you hit enter again, then the SHK screen output is going to be processed and not the main program for a second time. Third time again. So each and every second time you are going to go to the start of selection event based on observation, based on what we see that SAP is doing. So the fastest way I would solve this is just by moving your subroutine into add selection screen output event, just because that's what we have seen in a debug mode that is happening, and you can solve it this way pretty quickly. Does it help? So let me know. And yeah, all from my side for now. Bye.